We need you to be the tiebreaker. Upscale or a little more down and dirty?
Oh, whichever you prefer.
No, come on. We want your opinion. You organized this whole night. You decide.
I'm happy that I could be of help, but I think I'm going to sit this part of the evening out. But you guys go. You guys have fun.
No, come on.
I'm not going to come, buddy.
Don't spoil it. Come on.
What? You guys should go. I just personally I don't feel like going to a strip club with a bunch of guys who really want to go to a strip club.
There it is.
What? This is your night. And if you and your middle-aged friends want to go and be entertained by girls barely older than my daughter, then you should do it.
Don't make it sound gross. This is about camaraderie.
Camaraderie was available in the restaurant. Why do you care if I'm there or not? Why is that important? Go have fun with your man
I care because you're talking to me like I'm a loser.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, let's go. Let's go see some tits.
TV10 podcast episode 0451.
That's right. 451 episodes. We're on our way slogging towards 500. This is the joy that you all come to love and expect here.
Yeah, if it sounds like we're recording via remote devices, it is because we are recording via remote devices. Tommy Milagro has some important wrestling reporting business to take care of.
Yes, I am on assignment here in the TV10 podcast satellite office here as we are
satellite office. Okay.
We are preparing for night 2 of the Crockett Cup, which we are going to talk about in detail once we get to the sports report, which thank you for reminding me. I do need to get my sports tab up here because, again, I usually do this with my handy dandy iPad, plenty, but this is a case where I have more access to all my other setups here, so we could just dive in deeply if we need to.
As we're recording on the final day of Pride weekend here in Salt Lake City, it's so people-y downtown.
Oh, too many people here. Which actually, I want to amend my earlier statement as we stepped out of the green room. I said I couldn't people. That's still true. However, there is a lot of humanity for Pride Day. We need more humans. Fuck people.
Humans are fine. Fuck people.
Yeah, we can't people, but you humans, you know who you are. We want more of you. Yeah. And if you can change things around in Utah, we need more of you. Yes, I'm pointing to you. You right there listening on the on your whatever podcast device. By the way, do we have those Deezer bucks yet?
Deezer bucks are rolling in.
Yeah, the Deezer dollars are rolling in, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're just another form of cryptocurrency. So, yeah. So anyway, as we mentioned, that's Tommy Milagro over there. I'm Bill Frost over here. And this week's episode brought to you by...
Well, for me, I'm having the Phony Negroni from our good friend Ivy at Booze-Teak.
You're still liking those, huh?
Oh, honest to God, for a non-alcoholic cocktail, and again, the Negroni is such a piece of, what's the word I want to use? Ass. And but the Phony Negroni is everything that it is not, and that is why it is such a delicious drink, and you feel a little bit Italian and musical, especially for the Pride summer months. So to that I say buonasera. What about you? I know we got a pallet from our OG sponsor at Sugar House Distillery.
Thanks, James. Yeah, I got. I'm having the my favorite raspberry lemonade vodka. cocktail in a can, and we also got a bunch of the whiskey sours, the whiskey raspberry sours, and the what else? The vodka tonics, and just a nice little assortment for the beginning of summer.
Yes, it was the damnedest thing. James, I came over to Sugar House Distillery to stock up and get the frontal lobes lubricated there, as it were.
Oh yeah, of course, yes.
And James was there, and he was like, "Wait, Tommy, because this is the important podcast, the only TV podcast that matters."
Yep.
Trademark. He just pulled out the forklift and said, "Here, do you have room for this in your Toyota? I will make it happen." So we got all that shoved into the. Which basin is it? The fifth basement that has the refrigeration, or the sixth basement?
Sixth basement is got a little more chill factor to it, so therefore that's where they are.
And that is the only way to enjoy a canned drink for the summer months. Yes, you could do White Claw, and yes, well, hold on. We will be kind because, as it was pointed out in an earlier episode, basic bitch sells. But if you want to be cool, you want to try out Sugar House Distillery's cans there.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Getting right into it.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
What? Is there one more thing?
Oh, yes. We almost, before we get into the TV news, we almost forgot the listener bag.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. You didn't check the listener bag, sir?
Rarely.
So that's where I come in here. Which, by the way, you can reach out to us various ways, which is Twitter or Facebook or even Instagram, all TV10 Podcast. This one is from our email, tv10podcast@gmail.com, from Dr. White. And he says here, "Howdy, folks. Now that Succession and Barry are done, I can start watching them in peace. Still watching the last season of Fargo. We started watching Big Door Prize, 3 episodes in, and I am intrigued. Even Mrs. Science Teacher was up for watching another episode late at night. Great seeing Gabrielle Dennis on it, and a Black Lady sketch show. Mrs. Science Teacher and I discussed what could be happening on Ted Lasso finale, debating whether Coach Beard stays or goes. We won't spoil it for you, sir, but it is going to give you the weepiness. I will say that.
All the feels. Yes.
Cannot remember if I told you about my odd idea, even more strange than listening to 450 episodes of TV10.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah. The Picard series finale had me thinking about how that show tied together original series, TNG, of course, DS9, Voyager, and Enterprise.
Okay.
Thus, I am going back and watching all episodes of those series. I have seen all but a few seasons of Voyager and most of Enterprise. You're not missing much, honestly, in my opinion. Now, I am going to throw in the animated series.
Oh, wow.
As well. Seen them all. And I think that is on Paramount Plus, right?
Probably. I'm just gonna. Paramount Plus is pretty much the home of all things Star Trek. So if it's anywhere, it's going to be there.
Yeah. I will watch 1 or 2 episodes on certain days when I have time. It is original Mondays, 79 episodes. Next Tuesdays, 178. Deep Wednesdays, 176. Voyage Thursdays, 122. Enterprise Fridays, 98, and Animated Saturdays, 22. I will do them in order, and when I run out, e.g., the original series, I may shift another series to that day. Yep, it will be a 5-year mission. See what he did?
Okay.
Also, nice to hear the plug for Burgatory. Need to go out there. Jeremy was married to a friend and former student. However, not sure about them being a sponsor unless they have some drinking component. It would confuse the dozen of us fans to have a non-drinking sponsor of the only TV podcast that matters.
Well, technically, Booze-Teak doesn't sell anything alcoholic.
I mean,
it's got booze right in the name.
Yeah, and technically they are serving stuff that is considered non-alcoholic, glassware and non-alcoholic drinks, and
You're thinking way too hard about this.
Yeah, but Anyway, he continues. Maybe if they come on board, it could be as a cure for possible drinking ailments that can occur. Feeling out of sorts from all the Ogden's own swirling through your body? Forget about Hair of the Dog. Go hit Burgatory for an American Werewolf and Onions or the Transylvegan to slow down the spinning world. Communicate with you later, Paul. Or
Yeah,
Dr. Paul White.
my favorite is still the Van Helsing burger. It's a garlic burger. I also did try the American Werewolf and Onions, very good, and the Dracula's Casserole, which is a bacon mac and cheese.
I was actually, after we got done with our episode last week, I went to Burgatory and I saw a sighting of a barn dog. So
Okay, all right.
although
Did
I
he
don't
cite
know,
you?
he did cite me as well,
Okay.
and I can now officially say afterwards I might be considered there the Chupa Milagro.
Okay.
So that is happening there. That is what's going on there. Anyway, so
Okay.
that's what happened in our world.
Yeah, well, I'm still recovering from finale fever. Last weekend,
God.
yeah, there was Succession and Batty, and also the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. They all wrapped up, and also Yellow Jackets, Fatal Attraction, and Love and Death. Pretty harrowing weekend for finales. Jesus, it was a lot.
Well, as far as Mrs. Maisel goes and Ted Lasso, I thought those are some good feel-good
Yeah.
finales right there. But to
Not the
your
rest of
point,
them.
Succession, Barry, Yellow Jackets, fucking hell, you just need a little break from them all. Or, as they say in Yellow Jackets, the wilderness shows.
Yeah. But coming up this week, as far as the new goes, today as this episode drops, I can't believe this is a series. It's a reality show called Stars on Mars on Fox.
Okay.
This is basically you take a bunch of celebrities and put them in a Mars simulation, and then William Shatner tells them to do stuff.
Now, here's the question I have. Is this an actual reality series, or is this like a parody of a reality series? Because, again,
it sounds like a parody, but it is from what I can tell, it's for real. The stars participating are Natasha Leggero, Ariel Winter from Modern Family, Marshawn Lynch, Ronda Rousey, Lance Armstrong, and some others that I don't really recognize. And it's all hosted by William Shatner.
and see, because of the names involved, and those are pretty big names, by the way.
Yeah.
These are like at least B+ to A- actors.
Yeah. Unlike
And then-
Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, and then there's Shatner. So that's why that's why I can't wrap my head around this as a reality show.
Yeah. And I think we talked about this last week, since it's been 4 seasons of not finding anything on Skinwalker Ranch, on The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. They're launching a spin-off series called Beyond Skinwalker Ranch on History Channel. It'll be airing right after it. And it's going to other ranches in the area, such as Bradshaw Ranch, Mount Wilson Ranch, Rocky Mountain Ranch, and other neighboring granges, if you will. And so they're going to go not find anything outside of Skinwalker Ranch.
So I know we talked about this last time. I know we need to be on Skinwalker.
Yes.
If only as a parody. But here's my question, because I feel like they're missing the boat on this. Where is Melissa Merlot in all this? Where is the reality tiki show involved in all this? I mean,
Right,
come on. There's a Utah connection here. Why are you ignoring the rest of the important people of Utah, Hollywood? Get it together.
We'll have our people contact Melissa Merlot's people and see what we can do here.
We need to get this rectified once and for all.
Yeah, that's on Tuesday on the History Channel. Also on Tuesday, Max and Disney Plus are dropping Avatar: The Way of Water.
Yeah.
I saw about 5 minutes of the first one and said, this is fucking nonsense. And so I'm thinking this is nonsense 2.0.
Yeah. Well, I quote the late great Jeff Weiss when I say this is Dances with Fern Gully, and
Yeah. Okay.
and more importantly, why we needed a sequel is beyond me. But I guess here's the part that really boggles the mind. Apparently, this is going to be a trilogy, if I'm not mistaken. James Cameron is that gung ho for that. To which I say, this is why I'm kind of glad there's a writer's strike, so we don't get that right away. So
they're upsized to the writer's strike.
between that and Bill Maher not being on my TV, yes,
There you go.
are
All right.
benefits.
On Wednesday, season 16, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Your favorite show.
One of my favorite shows, yeah. Back when this premiered in like 2005, I thought for sure, well, this show is really sick and twisted and totally for me, and it will probably last exactly one season. Here we are in season 16.
Yeah.
Yes.
So does that mean that the world is caught up with you, Mr. Frost? Or
Perhaps.
I'm not saying it's a wrong thing. I'm just asking.
That's
people,
one way to look at it.
People are saying, I am asking.
Many people are saying, yes.
Yes.
Also on Wednesday on Netflix, a 3-part docuseries about Arnold Schwarzenegger called Arnold.
Okay.
This must have been part of the deal to get that FUBAR show on. And now that I finished the entire series, and I can confirm and agree with Ted, it sucks.
So
it could have been a decent movie, a decent two-hour movie maybe, but as far as being an 8-part series, no, there was not much to work with there.
So what you're saying is FUBAR equals a snafu in every sense of the acronym.
Yeah, both acronyms. So, yeah, avoid FUBAR. It's not good. And Thursday, I'm really looking forward to this because it's a Kaylee Kawaka. It is called Based on a True Story. It's on Peacock, also starring Chris Messina from New Girl. And what it is, she plays a true crime obsessed real estate agent, and her husband is an ex-tennis pro, played by Chris Messina. And since she's a murder podcast enthusiast,
like you do,
she figures out who a serial killer is who's been terrorizing LA.
Oh.
So instead of reporting this to the cops or anybody, who should know about this, she decides, hey, let's start a podcast and interview this guy. What could go wrong?
Wait a minute. Haven't we seen this with Only Murders in the Building?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. But they hadn't figured out who the killer is.
All right. And
she already knows.
Yeah. Here's my second question here. Are we going to get cameos from Steve Martin or Martin Short or Salma Hayek?
I don't think we're going to have any Peacock Hulu crossover universe here. So, but
yeah.
Here's another thing about this show. It is created by The Boys' Craig Rosenberg.
Hello. Okay. Yes. You have my attention.
And co-produced by Jason Bateman.
Okay. This has legs. I am totally on board. What was the name again? Is it
Based on a True Story? It's on Peacock. Starts on Thursday. All 8 episodes drop on that day.
Okay. So they're not going to dole it out 1 week at a time. They're just saying, here the fuck you go. Enjoy.
Some people prefer to have all the episodes at once. Others like the nice rollout week to week. Mm-hmm. I could go either way on that.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the camp of I kind of like it doled out at points unless it looks like it's going to be absolutely horrid. Then let me have it all at once. See FUBAR, and that's the last I'm going to see of it ever again.
Yeah. Also, this week on Friday, a new series on Apple TV Plus called The Crowded Room. It is about takes place around late 70s, early 80s, and an investigator played by Amanda Seyfried, or Amantis Seyfried, if you will.
Again, props to Jeff Weiss for that.
Yeah, she is interviewing a man accused of murder, played by Tom Holland, and this is based on the one of the early first cases of someone with a dissociative identity disorder. So where they can actually get off on a crime because, like, well, that was one of the personalities, so we can't, put them all in jail.
Well, we could just put part of it in jail. Is
Yeah,
this called the Moon Knight defense? Is that what this is?
Yeah, we'll call it the Moon Knight defense. You might want to write that down. Also in this series are Emmy Rossum, which means I'll be watching, and
Okay.
Jason Isaacs.
This is a good starring cast here. So
Looks pretty good. Yeah. Also wrapping up on Friday is Human Resources, the Big Mouth spinoff
Okay.
from Nick Kroll and Maya Rudolph. And here's yet another one of these business bio dramas. We've had like Air, we've had like BlackBerry, all the there's a bunch of them. And now we have another one, Flamin' Hot.
Okay.
It's the true snack drama, as they call it here, of how a janitor created the Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
So
A
how
Frito-Lay
many?
janitor created Frito. Yeah, this is a movie. It's on Hulu and Disney Plus.
Okay. All right. Let's let me break this down. So Air, I understand
hmm
why we created that because there was a lot going on in rebuilding the Nike brand on the shoulders or the feet of Michael Jordan. Totally fine with that.
Yeah.
Then we needed to see the rise and fall of the BlackBerry. Completely understandable. I'm on board for that. And now We Crashed, which is another workplace
Yeah.
drama.
Yeah.
Love to see that garbage fire
Yes.
over however many episodes that was.
Yes.
And you could argue the Showtime. What was the one with the Uber CEO?
Uber. Yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but I also watched that one.
Hang on, I'll look it up here in a second. So my only question is,
I think it was called Totally Pumped, the story of Uber, something like that.
Super Pumped. That's what it was.
Super Pumped. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched that garbage.
You did. I've
I
yet
did.
to watch that. But my question is, why the fuck do we care about anything from Fritos? I don't understand that. Now, if we're going to talk about like maybe the food truck industry, I'd be all over that.
Who invented the food
Frito-Lay's-
truck?
Yeah.
Who invented
See?
the food truck? Who knows?
See,
But this is this Flamin' Hot is the directorial debut of Eva Longoria. So there's
there
that.
we go. Okay.
And it also stars Tony Shalhoub, Dennis Haysbert, and Matt Walsh.
Wow. Again, star-studded cast over a very questionable snack.
Yeah, not one of my favorites.
Not mine either, but I guess.
Give me Doritos any day.
See, I'm more of a Cool Ranch kind of guy myself. There, I'm sure there's the people that say, "Well, what about the original cheese?" Well, I say, "Good for you," and get out. That's my. That's my.
You can see yourself out. Yes.
Yeah, great that we had that conversation. Get out.
Yeah. And
all right.
we have some breaking news here.
All
Chuck Todd is exiting Meet the Press.
Well, this is a TV10 exclusive.
Sure.
All right. What is it saying on the social webs or the intermediaries?
Chuck Todd announced this morning. I wasn't up, and I also wouldn't be watching it. But he announced his departure. Basically, it's not immediate. He's I'm burnt out. It's like, I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm burnt out.
So basically, he said, is he trying to say, racism is just so tiring. I'm fucking out.
Keeping up with fuckery, which should be the name of the show, really. Not Meet the Press. Keeping up with the fuckery. He will be replaced. This is going to happen after, probably in the fall. He's going to stick out the summer, and he will be replaced by Kristen Welker, who is currently the co-host of Weekend Today, whatever that is.
Okay.
And don't really have any opinions one way or the other about Chuck Todd.
Where is he again these days? I know he's not on CNN anymore.
NBC.
He's NBC or MSNBC or CNBC, just to clarify.
Regular
Which one?
regular flavor NBC.
Okay, so once again,
Original recipe NBC.
okay, and yeah, I don't give a fuck. So I'm gonna, I'm just gonna move on from there. So
And now we have the real story behind Eric Andre's return for season 6 of the Eric Andre Show, which is happening today
I can't wait to hear this.
on Adult Swim. Basically, he didn't make any money on Road Trip, his 2020 prank movie. Basically, he didn't make any money. He may have lost money on it. So therefore, I need some of that Adult Swim money.
Yeah.
To get back on track here.
I would agree with that. And we're still waiting for the from that Adult Swim money too for a podcast. I mean,
true, yeah.
We can animate something.
Had Bad Trip been a hit movie, we probably wouldn't have gotten season 6 of the Eric Andre Show.
So there's a plus in that department there. And I'm just saying TV10 Podcast needs to be on there. We'll animate something. You'll show it. I mean, we've seen 12-Ounce Mouse. It ain't that fucking hard.
Yeah. Actually, you don't even need to be animated to get on Adult Swim, really.
See?
Yeah.
We're already a great fit for that. So
in that we exist.
Yeah. And now, who are they owned by? Viacom, or is it somebody else these days?
They're owned by Warner Bros. Discovery.
Oh, in that case, fuck it. We're not going to see a dime.
Nothing to do with that.
Okay. So never mind that idea. So we'll wait till we actually get a real sugar daddy involved.
Yeah. And, no other, just the writer strike continues to go on.
Ugh.
I'm not really finding anything newsworthy here. So
I got some newsworthy shit here.
Okay, tell me all about it.
Well, I will if you hit the music.
And sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team.
From the sports desk of the TV10 Podcast, we deliver to you only the sport of professional wrestling. There is just a metric fuck ton of professional wrestling to get into, so let's just jump right into it. As we talked about at the top of the broadcast here, as we're recording live on air, I am in the TV10 satellite office as I prepare for night 2 of the Crockett Cup, and already it has been a interesting Crockett Cup this year. Last year, they held it for the first time since the pandemic, where it saw the Briscoe brothers take the cup. Obviously, they're not available anymore since Jay Briscoe passed away, but this crop of tag team specialists in the Crockett Cup has been nothing short of amazing. But this is what you're going to expect for night 2 of the Crockett Cup as we're recording live on air. In the quarterfinals right now, it's the current NWA Tag Team Champions, La Rebellion, as Bestia 666 and Mecha Wolf. They will take on Blunt Force Trauma. That is the team of Carnage and Damage with Aaron Stevens. And on the AAA side, AAA wrestlers coming into the cup, it is Mystices, with a couple of Z's in there, Junior, and Octagon Junior facing off against, I can't believe this is the case here, the Brothers of Funstruction. These are
okay.
These are, and I mean this in every sense of the word, they are wrestling clowns, like clowns in a circus wrestling. And they are comprised of, again, because I can't make this up, Yabo and Rufo the Clown.
Okay.
So, yeah,
right.
But rounding out the rest of this, it's going to be the Midnight Riders, Tyrus and Chris Adonis versus the Immortals, which is Kratos and Odinson. Now, interesting fact from night 1 of the Crockett Cup, Tyrus and Chris Adonis were facing off against Judias, the Priest of Punishment, and Max the Impaler, also aptly named the Non-Binary Nightmare. Obviously, Tyrus is, considering his position on the Gutfield show and Fox, has a bit of a hard time trying to figure out anything involving, binary and non-binary. But at one point, when he gets the hot tag, not only did he lay out Judias, he went over to Max and planted a kiss right on Max's lips and secured of course they got through via disqualification. I'm only bringing that up just because that's going to be an interesting topic on Gutfield. I probably won't watch it, but maybe you should, Bill, and let me know how that happens. Rounding up here, it's going to be Mike Knox and Trevor Murdoch facing off against the Mortons, Kerry Morton and Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express. Ricky Morton, usually a big baby face, he's a good guy, but he pulled off some shenanigans so that his team could advance. So he had what they call in the biz a heel turn. So that is one of the surprises that took place. But going back to La Rebellion, they were going to face off against the Flippin' Psychos, considering of Fodder and Flip Gordon. Fodder had an injury, so it went to a handicap match and he was doing good up until Vampiro appeared out of nowhere and choke slammed the opposition so that La Rebellion could get the W and advance to the quarterfinals. Now, that's all just night one. Night two is going to be very interesting as well, which one of the single matches of the Crockett Cup had the national title up on the line with EC3 defending his title against Thrillbilly Silas Mason with his lovely assistant Pollo Del Mar. Silas Mason did not get the W. He accidentally kicked Del Mar in the mush, and EC3 retained by getting him in a roll-up with a handful of tights. After the match, though, Mason was just so distraught. He looked over the fallen body of Del Mar, walked over her, and went to the back. So, a lot of craziness, and night two is going to prove to be just as insane. I'm going to cover that. So check that out at slamwrestling.net. I write for them, and I have an MBA. Yeah,
so I've heard. Yes.
Forgot to mention that earlier in the broadcast here. Which just when I think I don't know how to top that, I would say turn to the news and rumors section of slamwrestling.net here. So basically, and here's some interesting stuff. The Rock's daughter is going to be appearing very shortly on NXT. She'll be making her in-ring debut. Also, Mandy Rose and Paige Van Sant are going to be teaming up on OnlyFans. So I'm just directing that out to those of our audience that are interested in that. Yes, you. Yes, you're the one here. I won't call you out by name. Also, WWE's Emma and Riddick Moss recently went on social media to announce they are engaged to be married. So, Mazel Tov. And of course, if you really want to know why learning a different language is very fun and very important, in case you missed it, Io Sky and Asuka's exchange in Japanese on SmackDown included Io Sky calling Asuka a piece of shit in Japanese numerous times. So there are ways to skirt around FCC rules if you really, really try.
Guess so.
And finally, I don't know. I don't know how to explain this, but I do have to ask before I begin. Do you follow the New York Post or Business Insider or any of those other tomes, Mr. Frost?
I do. Yes.
Okay. So, did you hear this story? And this is from Business Insider here. DNA test proves ex wrestler is not Representative Lauren Boebert's father, despite her mother saying so for years. So,
Yeah. Okay. I did see this. Yes.
yeah. So basically,
It,
Stan. Oh,
it's
go
some
ahead.
it's some nice Sunday news along with Bobert saying she did not vote on the debt ceiling,
Hmm.
but actually she just was late for the vote and missed it. And there's video of her running up the stairs.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh,
it's hilarious.
oh, I gotta find that.
Yeah.
Anyway, from the Business Insider here, a DNA test has shown that retired professional wrestler Stan Lane is not Representative Lauren Boebert's father, despite her mother maintaining so for years. Here's the thing: Stan Lane, he has been a wrestler mostly with, um, uh, among other things, championship wrestling down in Florida, as well as some other territories back in the day. He was brought in to the WWE to do some announcing before he had retired here. Stan Lane had been mostly a tag team specialist with teams like the Midnight Express, among others, the fabulous ones. Um, and apparently during the 70s and 80s, he and Bobert's mother had a bit of a tryst. And in the 80s and 90s, Bobert's mom said, "You're the father." He took a paternity test and said,
Right.
"Nope, I didn't." Then in 2012, she's like, "You're the father." Second time, "No, not again." And,
Okay.
and then apparently, a court ordered paternity test has shown decades ago that Lane was not her father. There was some suspicion about the results, as the lab worker took Lane's blood sample, was later convicted of taking a bribe to switch vials in a separate case. This was reported by the Daily Beast. So he was like, all right, let me take this one more time. And this found conclusively he is not the father. So, and Bobert said, I can confirm that Stan Lane is not my biological father. I personally have never publicly claimed he was my father, but certainly that allegation is out there.
On
And
the
of course,
next episode of Maury. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and of course, she also says the Toby Keith song "Who's Your Daddy" hits a bit differently now.
Oh.
So the one I bring this up for two reasons. Yes, this is a slow news weekend, and for
Yeah.
once,
Apparently. Yeah.
yeah, and for once, Bobert actually delivered something funny. So with that, just know that politics and pro wrestling are the same, even though it's sports.
And sports. It's Tommy Milagro. Go team.
I know this is so political, but at the same time, it's like, how can I not report on this? I mean,
Oh
I
yeah.
am a journalist.
Jess, you're nothing if not a journalist.
Wait a minute.
You
No,
you resemble that remark. Yes, you do.
yes,
So
yes, I do.
let's wrap this up with what we should recommend people watch harder.
Oh,
What do
okay.
you got?
Okay, well, that's real simple right here. That is Unicorn Warriors Eternal. That
Oh,
is,
that looks really cool. It
it is.
looks a little different than his previous stuff too.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of an Astro Boy feel to it in terms of the animation, and he's talked about it because he wrote for the Astro Boy movie all those years ago.
Yeah.
Um, Apparently, he's had this storyline for 20 plus years. What's really interesting is just the fact that this story is on Adult Swim, but it could fit better with the Toonami part of Cartoon Network if that's still around. Um,
Yeah.
and if you've ever seen Dexter's Laboratory and Samurai Jack, it's got both elements of that, so that's really good. It's not as dark as Primal was. Um,
What
I
could
would
be?
say, yeah, but I would say it's good for kids to watch that as well. I'm also going to say Superman and Lois is still my jam right there. And it's, yeah, apparently things are getting a little bit more interesting in Metropolis these days. And as far as anything new, well, as we already talked about, Batty's done, and Ted Lasso's done. I I'm trying to think. There was something else I watched, but what I'm going to be watching next is Silo. So
Okay, I
that
can
does seem to.
I can give you a little heads up on Silo.
Okay.
It moves a little slow,
All right.
and you're going to get the creeping suspicion that this is Snowpiercer underground. But still, it's pretty good. It's on my list as well. It's my list of things I'm watching. I'm watching a trio of shows on Apple TV Plus right now. One of them being Platonic with Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne.
Mm-hmm.
Very funny, totally pointless, but very funny nonetheless. We didn't need it, but hey, it's here and it's making me laugh. They're fucking great together. Also, the aforementioned Silo and High Desert with Patricia Arquette and Matt Dillon.
That is quite the show to dive into. I gotta say, my man.
And other ones that I'm watching include, of course, Mayans, the final season.
Yeah.
And the other two on Max. No longer HBO Max, just Max. The other two is fucking hysterical. This is the third season. It's probably it's definitely the best one yet. And we had the also in the finally Fever, Dave wrapped up on FXX last week.
Oh shit.
And I'm not sure how he roped in Rachel McAdams to be a recurring guest star as his potential second girlfriend.
What?
Yeah, as he's already got Chloe Bennett from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Uh-huh.
And a sex doll, and now he's wooing Rachel McAdams. Dave's got game.
Apparently so. And what do I have? Oh yeah, wrestling. So I think that sums it up. Before you go on, one thing I do want to point out about Mayans, I forgot to mention on the last episode when they stole the meth cook. Did you recognize that guy?
I think I did. Who was it?
Okay, so the guy that plays Elio. Now he. Let me go back to my super back computer here. The guy that plays the cook, we've seen him before on Lucha Underground. He was Dario Cueto, the owner of Lucha Underground, but he goes by his real name, which was, let me see if I can pull this up here. Come on. God damn it. I don't believe it's not right in front of me here. Here it is. Luis Fernandez Gil. So, yeah, he has been a very busy actor of late. So, and apparently he's been in other shows like Ride the Eagle and Mike and Molly and and here's the other thing that was interesting. He was in Daisy Jones and the Six as
really.
Yeah, he's billed as a skeevy older man. So
that doesn't narrow it down.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, but the point is, I just wanted to bring that up because I was like, wow, he's been everywhere of late, and I think he's still doing stuff with Major League Wrestling, but it's a different name. So.
All right, the other show I wanted to mention was Clone High, also on Max.
Yeah, you're liking that too.
Oh yeah, the reboot. It's ridiculous.
But is it a good ridiculous?
It's a good ridiculous. Yes.
All right.
If only just for the constant Mr. Belvedere references for no reason.
Okay, I think I need to rewatch that there.
And Will Forte was born to play a cartoon voice. I mean, he's good as a real life actor, but as a cartoon voice, he's fantastic.
You can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong with Will Forte.
Have you gone out to the theaters and seen the movies? Because I got a movie review.
Well, fine. I have not. What do you got?
I went to see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay. At the office?
I did see it at the office, which is Broovies, by the way. Not a sponsor. But I got to say, if you are going to see any summer movie, just when you think Guardians of the Galaxy hit all the right notes, this blows it out of the fucking water. So not only are you dealing with different animation styles, but you're dealing with a deep story and dealing with different multiverses and different Spider-Men. It is definitely a feast for the eyes. And
Okay.
this is only part 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Part 2 won't come out until March next year. So
Of course.
So either watch it now or wait to download later. Either way, this is going to be a fantastic. This is a fantastic animation film. Give it all the awards.
All right, cool.
And you'll probably hear that on the Morning Zoo. Just give it all the awards.
Yeah, I did see Quantumania.
Mhm.
What is the full title of that shit show?
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah, dumpster fire.
I don't think it's the worst thing out there.
Well, I don't know.
Well, okay, here's my question. Are you asking that because of the story, or are you asking because what's fucking going on with Jonathan Major's personal life?
I don't care about that. It just, as a movie, I was just like, what the fuck is happening here?
And me, I just kind of went, all right, I'm going to roll with this because it does set up for other things that they're going to do with the multiverses.
Yeah.
Now, how Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse blends in with the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a different story just because, Sony and Marvel, they got a handshake deal, but how long is that going to last before one of them says, no, fuck you, we're doing it this way. So
Okay, we got to wrap. We're running out of time on this little undisclosed app we're using.
Oh dear! In that case, what do you want to tell
Thank those sponsors real quick.
In that case, let's jump into it. So thank you to OG sponsor Sugar House Distillery. Then, of course, we got to thank Outlaw Distillery, Ogden's Own Distillery, the fine purveyors of Madame Patarini Gin, 5 Wives, 5 Husbands Vodka for Pride Month. And, of course, the Underground, the Porter's Fire, Porter's Peach Whiskey. Also the cans that they got there. And, of course, Boostique, not only for their glassware and their mixing, but for their non-alcoholic drinks like the Phony Negroni that I'm enjoying right now. Of course, get a T-shirt, tv10podcast@gmail.com. You know the drill. You've heard our episodes. If not, go back to those episodes, and you can figure out how to get a T-shirt of your own for only $15. I think I covered all that.
You got it all covered, Dan. With that, good night, America.
And jiggle that handle. Yes, you, sir. Good. Thank you for doing that. Now off you fuck.
I want you to want to go to the strip club.
In a million years, that will never happen.
You used to like go to the strip club.
I was pretending to like that. You know that. It was when I was 20. I was trying to be cool and ironic. I can't stand those places. They're depressing. I'm middle-aged now, and I don't have to pretend anymore.
Well, I feel quite judged right now.
I'm not judging you. I'm really not. Go and have fun with your friends. You have my blessing. Go forth to the strip club.
I will go forth.
Good.
I'm going to have a fucking blast.
I can't wait to hear about it.
You will be a distant memory.
Just do your thing.
You have to come. It will be so sad and pathetic if I am a divorced man at a strip club with a bunch of frat guys. If you're there, it's fun and ironic. Please make this a fun and ironic night. Please come. I'm begging you. You have to come. You have to come. Close your eyes. Read a fucking book. I don't care. You have to be there.
I wanted this dinner to be about your future, about the next chapter.
Fuck the future! I don't want the future! The future's bad!
You don't know what it holds!
Oh, I know what it holds! For me, the future is baldness, testicular cancer, and then I die!
Testicular cancer is really a young man's illness. It's not something that you should even be concerned about.
Now I want it!